I think out here you have to clean the hills. There's no dragging your bike up them. You're not push it up. They're so slick. The second you stop, you're going backwards.
The East Coast, the famous Ohio mud. We're all gonna be covered in it by tomorrow, that's for sure.
The dirt's extremely moist here, so it's gonna be like a slip and slide out there, so that'll be fun.
We're gonna get a mix of everything out there, from caves, rocks, hills, roots, anything, you name it.
The combination of the heat of the bike and humidity out here is next level.
That's gonna come into play in 4 hours for sure. Like, cramps are gonna be a problem. It's supposed to be 90 degrees, I think, on Sunday or something, so if that's true, not many finishers, I'd say.
Round 4 of the AMA IRC US Hard Enduro Series, presented by Inside Enduro, is a full dose of bad medicine.
You're really gonna see who excels in the mud this weekend.
This Southern Ohio clay, when it's wet like this and it's allowed to dry for just the right amount of time, it's a special kind of fucked up.
I think this race, the biggest challenge is, I think it's the first real East Coast race where we get taste of the slick dirt, slick rocks.
It's slippery, rooty, rocky, and with the rain coming down, it gets real muddy.
Tons of moisture, tons of rain, like the mud is just sticky, it's everywhere. It's gonna make for some muddy, slip and slide good times.
To stop the Trystan train, I think it's gonna be tough. I mean, he's mentally strong right now.
It's gonna be a tough thing. He's put a lot of time and effort into it. He's trained really, really hard, and he knows exactly what to do in order to win.
He's definitely been on a roll lately. Confidence is high, and man, he just puts himself in good positions, gets out front early, and kind of pulls away.
All us other racers can do is try as hard as we can and just try to take him down.
As the season progresses, all eyes are focused on Trystan Hart. After winning the first 3 rounds, opposition is forming to try and take down the leader by any means possible.
He knows he's the guy to win, but hopefully be that guy to beat him.
I don't think I'm the best or anything. I just go there and ride my own race, and it seems to be good enough to be winning at this point.
When I come to the race, like, it's not fun for me knowing that he's the guy to beat. I want to be that guy.
As division forms, OG veterans and young guns alike are stepping it up in an attempt to end Trystan's 3-win streak.
I hate losing way more than I like winning, and it's motivating to show these guys what I got.
I think Colton's just old guy out here having fun, you know? I don't think he stands a chance against the young guys.
I'm not too worried about Colton. I mean, he's on his way out, I'm on my way in.
I've definitely seen where I've been afraid to fail, and I've seen times where I feel like I won't fail, and there's no chance in hell I'm gonna lose. They're not that far apart, to be honest.
There's not many people here that can beat me, so podium's real. And if I don't leave with the top 5, I'll be a little tail between the legs.
I'm really itching to get that top 5. I know I have the skill, I just need to put together a good race.
Once the gate drops, honestly, most of the time, like 98% of the time, all the noise stops and that's it. So the format here this weekend at Bad Medicine.
We got Saturday elimination day, 2 races, amateurs race in the morning, pros race in the afternoon.
The pros will do a 2-hour qualifier race.
Top 75 go to Sunday to race the pro race, which is a ton of hard stuff, and it's going to be good.
You're gonna want to make sure that you don't completely waste ourselves, but it's important we do well today so we can get in that front row tomorrow.
Okay, here we are at one of the first hill climbs of the event, and it's turned into a good old-fashioned East Coast cluster flock. The riders are doing everything they can to get up this muddy hillside to the rocks above.
Amateurs are gonna be getting wild for sure. Chaos, full steam going everywhere. Probably some whiskey throttle, bikes flipping over, grabbing traction when they don't expect it. And it's gonna make some good times.
These guys have found an alternate line around the main line up this pinch point crack, and they've opted to pull the bikes up with tie-down straps. The team effort is real out here.
The amateur racing is kind of the lifeblood of Hard Enduro series. I don't think we have pro racing without amateurs.
So the amateurs, they get to ride this stuff, and not a lot of people get to. It's private property, so it's good for them. They get to go ride under some caves, go up some cool hills, a bunch of different terrain out there.
This hillside is deteriorating faster than we thought right off the start. We're getting some passes, some carnage coming through the pit area here. Multiple logs elevated at the same time. We got 4 riders at the same time. Oh, yeah! Oh, no way! Yeah! His bike has been upside down 3 times in this 10-foot section. The pros are all lined up, ready to go. See how they do.
Trystan makes up for a slow jump off the start, while Ryder LeBlond leads in first. Danny Lewis holds on to second place, feeling comfortable in this East Coast terrain.
Trystan Hart right behind Contentious.
The icy mud is proving impossible for everyone to stay on 2 wheels. Trystan takes the opportunity to pick off riders. He makes the pass on Colton.
Keeps it clean, make a short line. Colton rips right up it.
Danny enters the Bobcat Cave, with Trystan hot on his heels, trying to reel him in. But a gnarly crash lets Trystan advance into second. With expert throttle control, Trystan weaves past stuck amateurs on the steep muddy climb in an attempt to catch up to Ryder, who is still in first.
Oh shit! Holy fuck, buddy! Oh! Fuck, man! Hi, bro!
The crashes compound as the course deteriorates, and the riders dig deep as they push on.
Ryder's out front, running a clean race!
Ryder LeBlond comes into the finish 9 minutes ahead of Trystan Hart, securing his gate pick for Sunday's race, and 1 step closer to a changing of the tides.
Watch out! You're out to go! Okay, here we are for the main race. The pros are juiced up and ready for action. Let's do it. Pro number 1.
Everyone is eager to see if Ryder will bring down the 3-time champion.
The awesome thing about hard enduro in general is you get to ride some interesting stuff that dirt bikes shouldn't go up, and go up it.
This is some of my favorite riding, just the sick hills and the steep valleys, and just the creek beds are just perfect.
You almost have to tame your riding down by 10-15% just to keep it upright and keep moving forward.
If you can keep the tires on the ground the whole time, I mean, that's going to be massive.
The course has deteriorated since yesterday's elimination rounds and will only keep getting worse.
Ryder LeBlond rolling into Brent's Diner here, first place, first lap. The robot close in tow. Mistake from Trystan, he got more traction than he expected. Fell down to the lower line. That was the most we've seen Trystan Hart struggle all season. Could this mean a changing of the times at round 4? We'll find out.
I think it'll be a cool format. Hopefully we're out there for a while.
It's going to be 4 laps, and they lengthened the course this year, so a good estimate's going to be 4 hours at the minimum. So going to be a lot of riding. No one's going to be complaining about not riding enough.
Coming into Brent's Diner on lap 1 here. In third place, we have Quinn Wetzel right behind him. Keith Curtis in fourth. The first lap through here is going to be the best, but it will deteriorate more and more as the race goes on. Runs the high line, gets by Keith Curtis. Cooper Abbott trying to adjust to these slick East Coast rocks in a real hurry. Ryder's out front looking good. After his win yesterday, he's hungry. He knows he can do it.
Beneath the leaf layer, the slick mud spares no one. Losing traction happens quickly in these Ohio hills. The riders grow accustomed to sliding their bikes downhill to get to the drainages below, but keeping momentum in the flowy sections is key to making up time.
We're an hour into the race. Colton Haker's sitting third place. After a second row start and some early struggles, Colton Haker is working his way up.
These athletes are getting their full dose of Ohio bad medicine, with 3 more laps to go.
We got Logan Ballview and Keith Curtis picking their way up this gnarly drainage here. I'm taking roost from Keith Curtis. He's just going to keep going and picking away, and the harder it gets, the more endurance he's going to have somehow.
You push past the roadblock in the race by knowing that all the other racers are dealing with the same exact thing that you are.
It's amazing to watch the dynamic between the top 3 riders. We have Trystan, he's been dominant for the first 3 rounds. And then we have Colton Haker and Ryder LeBlond. And really there's this rivalry between the two. We have Colton, who's a veteran, and we have Ryder LeBlond, who's gunning for Colton Haker's spot at Factory Husqvarna. I mean, he's the young gun coming in. It's amazing to watch it develop throughout these rounds.
We have a battle for the ages between these 2 young guns. Ryder has led most of the race, and Trystan is still close behind after 3 hours of riding.
Is this GoPro on?
Fuck yeah.
I mean, heck yeah. There is absolutely no rivalry with Coop. I mean, he's a young dude coming on the scene, and I got a lot of respect for him and his family. And the fact that he might have kicked me out of the truck has nothing to do with anything. It wasn't a personal move. I'll give him his space, but when I see an opening, I'm going to take it because he's going to have the hunger and the drive and the support to do well when the pieces come together. But I'm here to beat everybody I can and not give anybody an inch.
Come on. Oh, wrong way.
You know, setbacks and failures, it's kind of a hard situation to deal with. So all I try to do is keep my head on my shoulders and not get frustrated, because if you get frustrated, then you just keep snowballing, and then your race is over before you know it.
Pick it up, you good?
Teamwork's definitely probably one of the most important parts of hard enduro.
Sharing a common goal, the pros and the AMs help each other through the toughest obstacles by any means possible.
Hard enduro is unique because it's the only form of motorsports, I think, where you got to get off and push. I enjoy that. For some reason, I think that's fun.
If you're not having fun while you're racing, you're not going to do good.
Ryder doesn't pit. Trystan's going to go in for a fresh water pack. It looks like the robot is starting to run a little low on his independent battery source. He's going fast and riding efficiently, but he's not pushing like I know he can. It could either mean he's tired or there's just an aura of confidence about him where he knows he'll catch up during the gnarlier parts of the track. Oh, that's gonna be it. Trystan, you dropped the media guy again, bud. As the race goes on, the course continues to deteriorate and gets worse and worse. These rocks are super slick.
I think it's fun to try and break down the course in a way that you can try and ride everything.
We have the leaders coming into what I call pre-diner here. The section before Brent's diner, Trystan Hart and Ryder LeBlond hot on his heels. With lap traffic in the way, they blazed a whole new line on this upper area here and got some fresh soil to ride on. Now these guys are gonna give their hand at the upper line.
It's a hill, everyone is saying it's impossible, and you gotta try and figure a way up it. That to me is fun.
Trystan Hart's running second place, 2 hours and 45 minutes into the race. Let's see if he can catch Ryder LeBlond in the final hour or so of this race. He's gonna go for the pivot turn, a little different line. Ryder is stuck. Trystan's coming through. This is a really slick and tricky section. Okay, we got Ryder LeBlond. He rides right up through this section like it's flat ground. Trystan Hart close behind.
With tensions high, a critical mistake gives Trystan his opening. An opportunity not lost on this experienced rider.
There was the pass. These guys are still going back and forth like it's the beginning of the race. Trystan Hart coming in on his final lap. Looks like he's gotten the lead over Ryder. It's been the closest race we've had all year. These guys have battled it out for 4 hours. Trystan charges all the way to the finish and he gets the job done.
All wins are kind of different. The ones that you really got to work hard for, those are the ones that really, I think, mean the most. Riding at 100% the best I can, and I know that I didn't leave anything out there, that's when I'm the happiest.
All we've ever known is blowing in the wind. Idle hands, a bit is done, is kin and kin.
Really good champions talk about obsession because that's what it takes. If you're not obsessed, you're not going to reach your goal.
A close win for Trystan marks a setback for the opposition, fueling the motivation to take down the king.
Failures is the part of the path to achieving your ultimate goal. If you ever look at failure as anything more than that, then you're never going to get past it and you're never going to achieve what your ultimate destination is.
Halfway through the series, the fight is not over. Obsession overwhelms for the remaining 4 rounds.
95% of people can ride within the same minute or the same second or the same millisecond of one another for a lap. But what's the difference between the guy who pushes through and becomes the winner? It's just up here.
Winning is just the key aspect of all this. We all want to win. We all want to succeed. So it's important to try to reach the top.
I think you just have to meet every standard. I mean, I think you have to be good mentally, talented, work hard. I think it's just a part of all of it.
I have a certain way in my mind how I want to do the race. Depending on how I already set the race up in my mind, if it doesn't meet that or it exceeds it, will depend on how happy I am.
These champions prove that true perfection is a bold quest to seek, and absolute success comes from pure determination.